Mm, Hi. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to talk to anyone right away because I'm streaming a bit later than usual, and I haven't been streaming regularly recently, so it's good I can say hi to you. One of the dramas I'm watching right now, I'm a little sad because the main character goes back in time, and in her present timeline, her dad died of cancer, and she goes back in time and tries to save him, but she only lets him live a little longer. She only prolongs his life a little, but he still dies, so I'm sad. But he was so sweet too. But I just watched that episode, so I have a nervous laugh thing. It's not that I find it funny. I don't know why I can't cry though. I never cry at stuff like this. Shows or movies, sad scenes. I just don't cry. I don't know. I don't know. There's something wrong with me. Doesn't mean I don't find it sad. But she goes back, and it's like with a lot of time travel stuff, you can't really change things fully. Like and her brother's on the swim team. He still hurts his leg and can't swim anymore. And that was his life dream. And in the first world, it was because he got stabbed. And this one is just the progression of an illness. So, anyways, it's a really good series though. It's like this. Did I put the music on? Last time the music was a little bit too quiet, so it's called Legally Romance. Yeah. The name is a little funny, but it's good. It doesn't really make sense grammatically. I'm sure it makes sense in Chinese though. Yeah. Yeah, I believe 2022 because that's the year she came from, so I really like it though. But I just spoiled some of it for you, so if you were to watch it then I ruined a little bit. I won't talk about it anymore. Are you interested in these kinds of shows? What else about it? I won't spoil it anymore, so is the music volume okay? Because last time it was really quiet. Really, I figured we could play, well, read a bit today. Since I haven't. Okay, that's good. Since I haven't been streaming as much, this is good. If I can't come up with things to say for now, then I can just read their words. So it's good enough. I think I'm gonna give up on trying to go back to, what is it called? Prince of Persia? Because where I'm at right now, I have no lives left, so I have to wait 2 minutes. I have to 2 or 3 minutes to try to wall jump one time, and then I die. I can't remember how to wall jump. I think it would be faster if I go back into the save files and try to find the original place and practice there, but I think I'm just gonna give up on the game. I don't like it that much. Hi Vicky. And I said before that I wouldn't watch stuff I don't actually like for the sake of being a completionist, so I won't finish it for the sake of being a completionist. I waited too long anyway. And I'm stuck at 33%. I think really it's about halfway through. But it's good though in a way because I lost I lost that stream, the last stream for it anyway. So it's a good game to drop, I think. Yeah. And we still have a lot of other ones. And I don't care too much if he gets the lead. Unless I'm on the screen, the thing doesn't show up. Let me see if it showed up now. Yeah. Okay. That's good. There's not a black part to the side, right? I tried to crop it perfectly, but there might be a small one. Very small. So, my phone isn't too charged anyway, so it'll be a shorter katawa shoujo stream. I wanna finish this before I leave though. I have to go somewhere, and I'll be gone for a while. A little while. Like 2 weeks. I'll put in the announcements after this. So I wanna finish this first, and any other thing we play should be short, so that we're not in the middle of one game. And don't repeat the same thing where I don't know where I was or how to progress. I'll still be on Discord though, and I could start drawing the emotes again. I owe Sam an emote and too. Yeah, I said I would draw the waving one and the sly one, so yeah, pretty much. But what can I do? I can. If I'm gone now, then and it's 4 weeks, so I'll just have to re-rest. I shouldn't have rested in the first place. I've been too addicted to dramas, so. And my sleep schedule's been really bad. Yeah. Maybe I'll have stories when I come back. We'll see. It's a family thing, so I don't know how much I can say anyway. But I do have to travel, and I'm a bit nervous. It's fine. Let's not think about it until we have to do it. Waste of time. Waste of space in my head. Right. I won't call it late. I'm being thrown into the lion's den. It's okay. I think that's better, you know? Than going into weather time. And what else? Okay, we can just play this now. Where we were last time, we just met some of the girls. We haven't gone very far. I haven't chosen anybody, so just reading. I feel very tired this morning, probably because yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. After saying hi to Susan and Misha, I start doing... I'll go back. My fingers. It's too excited. I think that the screen goes back sometimes when I look at text history. I checked last time when I was gone. Okay. After saying hi to Susan and Misha, I start doing the work as instructed from the board. Already looks like today is gonna be heavy. I think this is probably a keyboard shortcut for text history, but it's okay. I don't have a problem with that now though. Susan and Misha might jump on me trying to get an answer about whether or not I decide to join the student council, even if it's just one day. I won't put it past them to try, and I don't have an answer for them if they do, so the situation is convenient for me. About 10 minutes into class, Hanako walks in and takes a seat, but no one looks at her. The teacher doesn't even comment on her lateness. He does, however, stop us to say that we're going to break into groups again. I turn my head to see that Shizen and Misha are looking at me. Shina gives me a smile that is equal parts cute and menacing. This is a smile that says, "We have you now, there's no escape." Hey-chan, so we're gonna be together again. Yay yay! Misha leans sideways while Shizen pushes her desk closer to mine. There really is no escape now unless I were to jump through the window. Jumping out the window isn't the best option, sadly. What's wrong, Hee-chan? Hee-chan, you must have been thinking about... I've been thinking about what you said yesterday. You said that you would think about joining the student council, didn't you? It's okay, Hee-chan. We're talking about after you left, and it would be rude to expect you to already have an answer for us this early, right? Right? Ha 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 ha. I'm so happy you two are able to have a laugh at my expense, and even more pleased to know that you both know how crazy the two of you can be. Now that that's over, Shizen snaps back into serious mode and smacks today's assignment with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. When I look at this stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only 2 problems. I almost want to say something about how her rush to get started seems a bit much, considering the small amount of work. In fact, Shizen probably knows how little there is and simply doesn't care. Yeah, it seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level of ambition. Other than reading, I let my eyes wander around the room and catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. It looks like she's working alone. I can't remember seeing her working with other people before. Thinking back to how shy she is, it's understandable. Hey, that girl over there. The band is really fickle. School band is very fickle. Maybe I should stand up as well. No, the chain noises. I'll try to be still so you can hear them. Who Hee-chan? Her Hanako over there. Does she always work alone? I think so, Hee-chan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's alone? I was just thinking that maybe she could work with us or something. No, I don't think that would be a good idea, Hee-chan. Why not? She-chan won't get along with her. Why? She shuffles around the question, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but still has that looking up and down quality present in everything she says. Just because, Hee-chan. By now Shizen has noticed our conversation. Makes me realize again how Misha has been signing everything she has been saying this whole time. Ochi-chan, a friend of my enemy is my enemy? It sounds so harsh. I'm not going to say that. Oh, so is it the girl with the blonde hair? I think they were close, right? So probably her then. Maybe Norris. Hanako herself. You said it anyway. I know Hee-chan's fine with you over here. I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her I wouldn't be able to understand the thing Shizen is saying and vice versa. Is that also why she signs all the time, so there's never a conversation Shizen will be left out of? Anyway, we should start on the problems now, Hee-chan. We finished with Time to Spare and... Oh, is it just me or is the music a bit quieter? Maybe it's my headphones. It does seem quiet. I don't know. We finished with Time to Spare and I decided to ask if there are any alternatives to the cafeteria, as frankly the food so far has been subpar. Hasn't it only been a day? What time? Listen, Jason and Misha arguing among themselves about their favorite restaurants. All of them are downtown, so I don't think we will have time to go all the way there. And what about the bill? Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe. They seem so distracted by it that they don't even notice the start of actual lunch break. I look over my shoulder towards the back of the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from the previous class. It's not sight, everyone else in the class busying themselves with the lunch break. Socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks, the ones with actual box lunches mixed in, chatting like everyone else, only interrupted by short bouts of eating. But when I watch Hanako, it feels that I'm the only one who can see her, almost as if she was invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class on her own accord? I see her look over her shoulder towards the classroom's rear door. Come to think of it, she hasn't turned the page since I started watching her. I guess she's waiting for someone. What to do? Hanako is one of the two people that I want to choose. And I forgot the other girl's name with the blonde hair, so I should probably take every opportunity to interact. I still feel bad for making a runaway yesterday, so I better say something. Just gonna run away again, huh? Hey there, Hanako. It's her. At least she remembers my name. Hey, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. I'm just new here and thought I should get to know my classmates. As Hanako looks up to me, I notice her scarring once more. It's a little bewildering that you can barely notice it from across the room. It's so noticeable close up. It's okay. It was my fault. No, that wasn't anyone's fault. It just kind of happened. So are you waiting for someone? I saw you looking at the door before. Yes, Lily. That's her name, Lily. Oh, you mean the blind girl? Hanako only nods in response, and I can't help but wonder if defining people through their disabilities is a faux pas, or the worst kind, or just normal here. I guess that explains why Lily took off after her yesterday. She seems like a nice girl. You two friends? Yes. As if hoping for Lily to appear, she checks over her shoulder again. I think I'm making her nervous again. I hope I'm not disturbing you right now. No, that's not it. It's just easier if Lily doesn't come here. So it is with Lily. Oh, because it's hard to get around the classroom. Not really. Hanako's gaze drifts past my shoulder towards she's in it. Hanako nods again. What about her? Don't they get along? Hanako shakes her head. Clearly this is something she doesn't want to talk about. It does make a strange sort of sense. Shizune and Lily not getting along so well. Communication between the two would be all but impossible. It's hard enough talking to Shizune through Misha, even when you can see whose hands are talking. Hanako is so true. I wonder how those conversations look. Well, it's just that she would have to talk while translating. A lot of translators do that already, but it is interesting. Hanako is so focused on Shizune that I'm the first to notice Lily at the door. Oh, she's here now. Hanako spins around to confirm this. Upon seeing Lily, she quickly moves to the door. Lily. Ah, Hanako, good morning. Is the president here? Yes. Hanako glances over her shoulder at Shizune again, as if to confirm she can't hear them even though that's impossible. I suppose we'd best be off then. Lily's silent tone of what seems like frustration makes me raise an eyebrow. I guess there's some kind of enmity between the two. It's intriguing, but that's not really something I'd ask about. I'm sure if they wanted me to know, they would tell me. It's only my 3rd day here. I should try. Oh, 3 days. I guess we jump forward a little. I think the first one, we went to sleep on the 1st day, and now here. Or maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe we went to sleep multiple times, and I forgot. I should be trying to make friends, not finding out why people are enemies. So it's a little funny to find out this school has little feuds just like my old high school. Even if people are more tolerant of others, they're still gonna get on each other's nerves. Hey Lily, how are things? I'm sorry I made you run off yesterday. Oh my, I thought you saw. I didn't realize you were here. Seems that Lily is a little embarrassed about being so frank in front of me. Why, Lily, I thought you realized. No, it's alright, Hanako. So please don't worry about yesterday. It was just a misunderstanding. If you say so, I'm still working this place out. Well then, I think you'll find most people here a lot more forgiving than elsewhere. If you're feeling a little confused, please don't be afraid to ask questions. Sure, I'll remember that. Lily? He gives a small nod of acknowledgement. I'm sorry, Sam, but we must be off. Hanako really doesn't look all that comfortable here right now. Lily still seems a little embarrassed. I wonder if my apologies really made an impact. Mind if I accompany you too? I know I'm kind of pushing it, but Lily is quietly still smiling. I'm sure that we could accommodate you, can we, Hanako? She looks at Lily, then at me, and then she freezes wide-eyed. Sure. Well then, shall we go? I'm sure Lily wouldn't do this so easily if she saw how scared Hanako looks, but it can't be helped now. Declining after the deal is sealed would only cause confusion and problems. Oh, the painting, the wonderful painting. Yeah. So we leave all 3 together. Lily walks beside the wall, letting her cane gently tap against it every now and then. Hanako comes along right beside her, so close that she's practically half hugging her as they go. Although it must make her walking that much harder, Lily takes in its stride. As we turn around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a steam train. Hanako shrieks a little and my vision briefly goes black. Ouch! Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer light green eyes looking up at me. They belong to the perpetrator. A short girl bumped into me and has now fallen down onto the hallway floor. She wears a PE uniform, and a very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Or she does, but they're not made of flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and bone thighs at the end of the shins, and feet made of some black metallic or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. Let me move this closer. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose and jumps up. I do like her pigtails. Very cute. Oh, she's even called Twin Tails Girl. I forgot they're called Twin Tails. Wait, I made the right call. Talking with her. Hey, you're right. I'm sorry about that, really. I haven't given them different voices too much. I tried to change the attitude a little, but I'll just try to be more energetic for her. She looks more energetic. Well, here she looks apologetic, but I'll try. I wasn't looking where I was going, and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry. Looking really apologetic, and a hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. It's in my mind. I quickly forget about being angry or anything since her puppies are my weak spot. It's okay, Don't worry about it. Ouch. I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest. I know that this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Don't overexert yourself, don't forget your medication, and most of all, don't get hit in the chest. I try to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. It seems normal. Hey, should I get a nurse? A worried high-pitched voice of girl snaps me out of the girl. I stood there for a few seconds dumbfounded until I realized that it probably looked worse off than I really was, doubled over myself and looking all tense. I'm overly worried about my heart. No need, I'm fine. Managing to say something in response, I pulled myself upright, filling my sore ribs one last time and taking a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me, big time. There's nothing more than that. You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard. It's okay. I said I was fine, nothing's broken. No harm done. That's good. I was... Okay, so what happened? She's not quite up to speed for obvious reasons, but she sounds very worried. More than what the situation deserves, really. Someone just bumped into me, nothing serious, just winded. I'm sorry, it was my fault. I was just going to get some stuff and I was kind of in a hurry. That someone here is Emmy, isn't it? The little girl coughs quietly and shuffles her plastic and metallic feet, looking down at them before saying anything. Hi Lily, Hanako. Guess the girls know each other. Do please try to be more careful. You might be sturdy enough to endure these sorts of accidents, but there are people who aren't. Girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child calm misbehaving. It's okay, I find myself smiling. I know that. I was just... I gotta go. Teacher have my head. I promised help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, I've gotta change and everything. Before any of us can say a thing, Emiya's already bolted away, leaving the hallway eerily quiet. Does this kind of thing happen often around here? There are more rules in Yamaku than usual for running in corridors. But that really stops Emi, it seems. She shakes her hands weakly and offers a slight composed smile. I don't think there's anything we can do to stop her, I'm afraid. Shall we be off then? Lily heads off along the hallway and Hanako hurries after her. The route to the room the two use for tea is fairly simple to retrace, being still fresh in my mind from yesterday. Lily and Hanako quickly go about the business of making lunch. Before I can even open my small bag of food, Lily's busying herself with her thermos and tea bags as Hanako is setting up both of their lunch boxes. So is this what you meant by coming here almost every day? Yes, Hanako and I usually have lunch here. It suits both of us, so we ended up using this room regularly. After seeing Hanuko's reaction to me over the past couple of days, I can understand why that is a boon. That and Lily being able to get some quiet away from her class as well. I take my seat last after Lily's poured the tea for us and sits down. The more time I spend with these two girls, the more I think they're perfect foil to Misha and Shizune. Even without a voice, Shizune is direct and brash, and Misha seems to get along with everyone. On the other hand, Lily is soft-spoken and relaxed, while Hanako seems to be the shyest girl I've ever met. So, how are you faring in Yamaku, Hisa? You seemed a bit flustered before. Apart from getting lost every now and then, and being crash tackled outside my classroom, fine I guess. You look pretty hurt before. Are you really okay? For a brief moment I consider telling Hanako and Lily about my condition, but then I hold it back. I can't tell why, but for some reason I feel uncomfortable talking about it to these relative strangers, even if they have been pretty friendly. Yeah, it's nothing, I was just a bit startled. Judging from the two girls' expressions, I don't think that they're buying it. But, and what I assume is the way of respecting my privacy, they don't press the matter. I guess that's one of the rules around here. Don't ask. Even if people's conditions are obvious, like Hanuko's, there's still bound to be a story involved. Everyone has things they don't feel comfortable speaking about, and I think everyone here recognizes that. So, how long have you been in this school? You both seem to know your way around pretty well. Well, I've been here since the start of high school. Only moved into the dormitories a year ago. Hanuko joined at the start of high school as well, and moved to the dormitories when she did, if memory serves me right. That's right, since high school. So you've known each other since then? Since I moved, yes. Hanuko lives next door to me, so it's only natural, right? Right. Yeah, of course. Living next to somebody is probably reason enough to befriend them, though I'm guessing that Lily's blindness played a part in it as well. I can't imagine Hanuko easily making friends with someone who has to deliberately avoid looking at their scars. I didn't even consider that. And why they might have matched up, why she might be more comfortable with her. That makes a lot of sense. It's pretty interesting as a friend dynamic too. With the immediate conversation dried up, we start to eat our lunch. It isn't long before the bells are signaling the end of the break. Like me, the girls pack up their lunches as efficiently as they set them out. I guess I'd better be off. Are you going to go as you saw Hanako? Hanako looks up at me, and for a second I can see that she's considering skipping class, maybe just to avoid walking to the classroom with me. Yes. I don't know what to think of it. Hanako really is delicate to the point of breaking if looked at the wrong way. It makes me a bit nervous too, but I push the feeling aside, trying to be as natural as I can. We should hurry then. Class has already started by the sound of it. Lily gives a nod of farewell as she bends down to take her cane. Hanako and I piling up before her. We walk quickly down the empty halls to our respective classes. As we reach the door to Lily's 3-2 classroom, she turns towards me. So thank you for sharing lunch with us today. My pleasure, Lily. And with that we part ways, Lily entering her classroom and leaving Hanako and me to make off on our own. She's still looking like she wants to run away. So do you really want to go back to class now? Yes. Okay then. I feel like I should say something more to her, but it's hard to come up with anything that would be appropriate and safe enough. And Lily was right. The more time we spend out here, the more explaining we have to do. I open the rear door to the class and walk in. Teacher looks up at me and opens his mouth to say something. However, as Hanako follows me and closes the door, he simply nods to us and continues his lecture. This is the third time that Hanako has had her truancy practically ignored. There's definitely something going on here. We make our way to our seats, and I notice that Misha and shoes and are both missing as well. I wonder if it's some form of informal agreement with the staff or if it's a perk offered to the unique students of this school. Trying to make as little disturbance as I can, I extract the relevant textbooks from my bag and start catching up. The class goes on quietly. Teacher seems like an okay person, despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre, as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius. When the final bell sounds, I realize that there's still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd. At the hospital I had 24 hours a day of free time, but here filling the considerably shorter hours feels difficult. Everyone else leaves and I'm left alone with the teacher. Mutao is examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier, marking them with a red ball pen. Raising his eyes from his paper briefly, he notices me and furrows his brow. What is it, Nakai? I jump at him addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there's nobody else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. The teacher slowly puts the cap on the pen he's holding and arranges his papers into a stack, cracking it against the desk twice. He seems very methodical, and for a brief moment I'm reminded of Shizune, but the teacher is more unhurried and relaxed, much more routine. You have no plans? No, I consider joining a club, but don't know what kind of club would interest me. Suppose a meeting of someone else's club might pique your interest. I guess. I don't know how to continue from there. Uta looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid a conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. I'm talking to people and everything, so it's not that I'd be isolated or anything. I just don't know what to think about the disabilities. It's like, it feels that I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them, and it's weird to ignore them. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. The teacher scratches his cheek, absent-mindedly looking very unresponsive. These things are only an issue if you make them one. That's the same thing as our southerner said. Our southerner librarian. You can talk normally with someone even if they are blind or something. Try to look beyond the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever they might seem at first glance. Oh, is this classic? Is coffee teacher? I don't know, I don't see too many. I haven't been watching too many things I haven't been reading light novels or watching anime recently. I forgot that this is a trope. I think maybe an older visual novels, I mean. I haven't read any light novels, except a little bit of SEO when I was in middle school. The same thing as Yuko did. I know they're right, but it's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Shizune's deafness when the only way to communicate with her is to talk to Misha? Or Hanako, it's not like you can ignore her face. But I'm interrupted by the door of the classroom suddenly slamming open. Teacher! Misha crashes in, hand straight in enthusiastic greeting, her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. She starts toward the teacher's desk with her bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Tao, visibly dismayed at the interruption, Misha in general slumps in his chair. Wanda? Actually, I haven't watched any of My Hero before. I heard that after the fighting, what is this called? The fighting arcs, the first few seasons, that got kind of boring, but I'm not sure. I remember it was really popular though. On people's bags and things, they had their charms. Battle arc. What do you call them? There's a special name for it. I heard that after that it gets a little bit dull. I don't know. Are you caught up? Mikado? Misha stops in her tracks and looks around closely as if she's sensing from his tone something's wrong but has no idea what. Yes? We've talked about volume control before. Yes. But she doesn't know what her voice is on. The teacher just rubs his eye. So what is it? We need help running out of supplies for the festival stands. This is a distress. Where's the pink slip of paper she's holding around? So go get more supplies from their room. What's the problem with that? Plywood is always the problem. Last time we wanted more, there was only a little, but that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's like none left there, so do you know where there's some? I don't understand. How would I know? Chi-chan, I mean, the president thought that a teacher would know if there was plywood. Was she wrong? Mattel looks like he's in great pain, frowning with his entire essence. And Misa doesn't get it at all. Seeing the two of them communicate is terrible. Like looking at the man being tortured by drilling his skull open, blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. I'm afraid I have no idea if there is any plywood in the school, let alone where would be if there was any. What should I do? Perhaps try to find Mr. Mia? I'm quite sure you will know where to find everything you need. You have to pry them from his cold dead hands, but that's a different matter. Which season? 5? Cut up. Cut up. Ah, I see. Is it ongoing? I don't remember if it's ongoing or not. But I don't like watching anything that's currently airing. But I'm not sure. Anime in general seems to... There seem to be a lot of new seasons all the time. Even things that you think are long gone. They come back. Like unwanted zombies. You might think that all zombies are unwanted, but some of them are good. Some of them are good for zombie movies. But these ones are really unwanted. Like Black Butler got a new season in school. I really... I never want to see the show again. But now for the sake of completionism, I have to watch it at some point. I prefer other stuff. Yeah, me too. I never watch currently airing things. But they do come back, like, what's another one? I think Black Exorcist got a new season too. And that was over 5 years, right? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's good if the manga is finished too, because then you know they're not gonna keep going. But it's easier to make new seasons of properties that have fans already than to make something new. Something kind of cool though is that a lot of Asian dramas, they don't do that. They usually end after one season. They don't have more. I guess that's because it's not adapted from a manga, so it's not like there's more material that can be adapted. They have to come up with a new script. And also, maybe in general this is true for live action because the actors get older and they have contracts and things. So, it's good. You can watch things that are more recent. There's very little chance there'll be another season. Unless it's already stated. Well, I like that about live action shows. I wanna watch Monster though. When I start watching anime again, I will watch Monster. Have you seen that before? It seemed like a lot, 50 episodes, but with how much of the stuff I've been watching, it's not a lot anymore. Oh, true. I can't bring my computer. I was hoping that I could study during it though, or maybe go through bookmarks. I have so many things waiting. So many newspapers too. Okay. Let's continue. I don't have time, we're so busy. She holds her head with both of her hands, looking as despairing as possible for a person like her. Not even noticing she composed the note she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't even be fetching these things, there's so much to do and we are falling behind the schedule. Tao looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't. I wonder if you could get some temporary help. No. I wanna be in the club with Lily, and Hanako. already chosen. Not me. No. He switches to staring at me focusly with a hard expression, as if trying to say, go make some friends. Guess I can give you a hand. You can? Thanks, Ichan, you're really nice. She pauses, does a double take, and then points at me with her finger, yelping, ah! And looking very puzzled. Come to think of it, what's Ichan doing here? Class is over. You shouldn't be having fun. We just had a little chat. Oh no, it's not attention, is it? Are you in trouble, Ichan? No, I'm not. Is Ichan in trouble, teacher? No, he's not. I'm traumatized deeply and I feel that I have to help me should I get her off teacher's back. So what do you need? Here's a list. I can try to find the plywood from somewhere if there's none in the art room. She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said I'd help you, but this has no implications on whether I'm joining this council or not. Aww. Still thanks, Hee-chan. Try to be quick. We're in stall building streak now. We must hurry. She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement. Well, there you have it, Nakai. There's something to do now. Please don't sound so smug. Looking at the list with the number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small neat handwriting, that is undoubtedly Shizune's. I heave a sigh. I'll be going then. Waving the long list limply at the teacher, I exit to the hallway. The classroom closest to us are designated belonging to the classes 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side and 3-4 on the left side, each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors are rooms I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in. It's a classroom, but it seems rather badly kept or not in use. Am I in the right place? Desks and chairs are all around the room, thin layer of dust settled on them. There are some easels in the corner, so at least this looks like the right place. The room is flushed in sunlight from the big windows, shadows creeping all over the desks. Flecks of dust are dancing in the stagnant air, making the beams of light almost visible. Jokingly, I call into the empty room. Anybody home? Something catches my eye and I stop mid-sentence. Sitting on the desk is a short-haired girl, carelessly wearing a boy's uniform with a fork between her toes and morsel of food stuck firmly on the end. This odd way of dining seems to be caused by her apparent lack of hands, but her presence here is what takes me back even more. How did I miss her? She's sitting in the corner very still, but I still somehow took her as part of the furnishing or statue at first glance. I'm not being too observant today as a whole. The girl seems to be frozen in place, staring at me with her huge eyes like a rabbit in headlights. Staring at me, her mouth wide open, ready to accept the fork. I'm staring at her, mouth wide open, suddenly remember I didn't finish my sentence. I'm trying to think if I should. This weird stalemate keeps us both stunned in silence, punctured only by the wall clock ticking rhythmically. Hello? The girl stuffs the fork full in her mouth and is now staring at me expectantly while chewing. This is a bit awkward. Hello. I was told to pick up some supplies from here. For some festival stalls, I think. I didn't think there would be someone here. There isn't. That's why I came here too. She picks up another forkful. Doesn't that mean you're here then? She raised her eyebrows as if she was suspecting my observation was false. She tried to make it seem like I have food in my mouth. You're pretty observant. I guess it does. Who are you? This girl is pretty straightforward, isn't she? I'm Nakai. Son Nakai. I just transferred in on Monday. I'm chicken with you, but at least we know who we are now. That's very nice. I let him in there talking makes it hard to determine whether she's joking about shaking hands or not. I the katai too. The boy's uniform. I think I know why. Maybe because if she's wearing a skirt, it's harder to use her feet to eat. She can't. And she can't put her hands in front. I think that's why, for the pants. But couldn't you wear the girl's top? Maybe it's... I don't know. That penman of talking makes it hard to tell whether she's joking about shaking hands or not. Kinda bothers me joking about these matters. Doesn't feel appropriate at all. One second. I got some water. Well, I guess there doesn't have to be a reason for her to be wearing it other than she likes it. Just like she might like her haircut short. It doesn't have to be a maintenance thing. I'm trying to figure out what's appropriate and whether this girl is. She seems to have lost interest in me, is now gazing yearningly back at her food. Can I continue my lunch? If you don't mind me, I won't mind you. I'll try to speak more deadpan. If you need to get your stuff, the supplies are at the back. Go right ahead, but lunch school's already over for the day. What word would you use then? There's no word for a meal after you eat lunch, but before dinner, right? There is. Linda. Or lunch. Well, I guess it does sound weird. Why does only brunch get a word? True. It bothers me very much too, but I don't really know what I should say. I don't think you're supposed to eat a meal between lunch and dinner to begin with. But I'm hungry now, and my delicious boxed lunch would go to waste otherwise. I have curry, it's very delicious. With much decisiveness, Rin once again picks up the fork between her toes, and with at least as much impoliteness she points it straight at me. So Nakai, what brings you to this place? Like I said, I was told to look for these things. No, the school. Outside you look fine. Is your problem inside? I come to a full stop, opening my mouth but not getting a word out. I can guess. I'm good at guessing, better than most people. Rin cuts me off before I can answer a question or skirt around it somehow. I don't know which I would have done. Who's in front of this issue again? I haven't even told anyone here about my condition, or maybe it's only because it hasn't really come up. I do get the feeling that not making issues of this is a part of the social code here, as the teacher said. I wonder if the people here can relate. Probably not any better than any normal person could. I can't relate to she's in her circumstances, or Lily's either. Naturally, while I go through this in my head, Rin keeps considering what my condition could be, with an overtly contemplative look on her face. She puts her fork between her lips and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was written up there. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side. I don't think it's anything in your head. Something in your guts would be boringly ordinary, like this lunch of mine, and less delicious. Problem must be in your pants. It's messed up Sherlock's Holmes kind of statement, the sheer lack of tact it was delivered with catches me completely off guard. I think I must have reeled back even physically as Rin's eyes widened in revelation and astonishment. So I was right. There's something wrong with your tackle, isn't there? Still partially in shock, but recognizing the need to apply something, I spell out the first thing I can think of. No, nothing like that. I have a heart problem. Arrhythmia. I said it. More like put it out, but I said it. In front of me, presses her lips together and glowers at me, looking very disappointed. How boring. Some of the pants would have been much more scandalous. What's with this reaction? I'm sorry to let you down. I forgive you. Just, I collect people, and a person with, that kind of problem would have been really great. Collect people? people with different problems. So you just go around asking people what's wrong with them. Pretty much. I see. I wonder which is better. Should it be done for the sake of consistency, or should it be linear so that it's distinguished? Distinguishable. With little left to say, Ren resumes her lunch and the conversation dies away, but I keep thinking about what was said. It's the first time I told anyone else about my condition. All the other people have either known about it already, or heard about it from someone else, or didn't need to know about it, like every other student here so far. Should I have told it as a natural part of introductions? Is it expected of me? I am I have a very serious heart condition. Is that how I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? As if our disabilities would define us? A disgusting thought. Or maybe this Tezuka girl just has an unnatural interest in such things. As I walk to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to find wind from the corner to study wind from the corner of my eye. Her hair is a burnt top and almost orange and cropped short. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. The boy's uniform and lack of arms makes her look very thin, almost scrawny. She's not particularly pretty except for her murky green eyes which flicker restlessly from below her short bangs, even when she eats. The distance and the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as deftly as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort people, especially while eating. It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable at least. What's wrong with that? Even for fun, I would like to use my feet. What's weird about it? I hesitate to think about the word unnatural, but it's too late now, isn't it? I keep searching the cabin and shelves for Misha's things, but after enough time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this strange girl. So, do you always eat alone and this late, or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors, maybe you are my first occasional visitor, but I don't always eat alone either. Sometimes I eat with a certain person on the roof. She's not horsing around. Horsing? We have our sweet groups. She likes to do sports. Oh, and that's all I can think of to say. Both of us fall silent again as Wind forks last bits of her meal to her mouth. I look down at my own double-check it with Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. So I think I have all the things now. That's very nice for you. Don't feel obliged to stay. I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're going to do with that stuff anyway, right? Perhaps you like to watch girls sleeping. I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. I'll catch you on Tezuka. You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is at a good enough point to warrant this much. I was already turning to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Fine, then I'm his help. Then you are. Ben looks at me hard in the eyes, but the intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. Blinks a couple of times and I can't figure out why a pause like this just popped between us out of nowhere. See you later, Hisa. There's something like a tiny smile there in her face, maybe. It's cute. I like its expressive eyes too. And design is maybe my favorite. But I think I still want to choose Hanako. Or Lily. I quietly back out of the room. As I shut the door in front of my face, I whispered to myself, what an intriguing person. From inside I hear a muffled sing-song voice. I heard that. What did she hear? I jumped at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Somehow she had gone to jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kanji's naughty theory about a global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that thought aside. Susan is standing slightly behind Misha, looks aloof, as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention. But Misha's visibly excited. No, wait, more importantly, who is in there? There's no club meetings today. She tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. What are you doing here? You took so long that we had to come check what's wrong. That's no good, Yi-chan. Moves her finger at me scoldingly. I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you were tardy. Oh, sorry. I got the things here. I was just going to bring them. I think you're up to some mischief, Yi-chan. Who was in there with you, I wonder? Misha said something quickly as she's in there, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Shizune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door into the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she's experiencing. With Shizune's diligence and attitude, the instance of staring to the face school property while sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. Indeed, she stares at Rin, frozen in place apart from the slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulders, from suppressed rage, I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses, and slams the door shut, turning to sign furiously at Misha. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. Shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin is sleeping on one of the tables. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness. Hello? Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door. It takes a few eye blinks to realize that she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind it, looking at us with half-interested, half-sleepy face. Hello? Miss Tezuka, what do you think you're doing? Absolutely not permitted to use school property for such disgraceful activity. Sure is suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know I was this popular. It's hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. At any rate, she ignores Shizune and Misha's scolding. They have no choice but to drop the issue. Shizune taps Misha's shoulder, points her in, and makes some quick signs. Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore. Anyway, how's your project going? Will it be done for the festival? Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure Shizune's cold stare is putting on her. I keep wondering about that myself too. And? We'll think about it harder. As Misha sends her reply to Shizune, her face turns into an unsatisfied frown. Miss Tezuka, please try to take this seriously. It'll be a disaster if the world looks like someone threw up their lunch onto it. Rin nods assertively. We'll think more seriously. Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't. Not even after translation. She just shakes her head, takes some tears from me, and takes off with Misha in tow. In front thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duel. How rude. It's true though. I must finish my project before the weekend. There'll be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. Let me see. Okay. Return. Okay. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future. I'm about to ask what project she has and what are these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back into the art room. Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? This paint doesn't fit into my bag, but I need it. She kicks slightly at the huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. It lets out a dull cling. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure, where do you need to take it? Away. Now with that she takes off to the hallway, me and the pink camp following since there's little choice for either of us. Oh, it's quiet and empty now. She's in her Misha gone, so we two leave toward the stairwell at the other end. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps, I have to change a can from one hand to another because the thin handle cuts into my palm. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Well, I have familiarity with those paint cans. Why is the handle so thin? Rinse straws, to save on materials, of course. Rinse straws on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching, or maybe I'm walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast, but I can't figure out which. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like grin. Ah, Mr. Nakai, what a happy coincidence. Tezuka, of course. He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, then turns to me because obviously it's me we had some business with. There's something I forgot to mention on Monday. I nod and wait impassively because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about this interruption either. It's about your medications. Since you haven't been that long on your current medications, there might be some unexpected side effects, which may require adjusting dosages or even changing to another kind of medication. So, we will do a few tests regularly. What I want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off, if you get what I mean. Nausea, headache, anything. And come see me if something happens. Alright. So how are you? Everything fine? I give up and drop the can to the floor before answering him. Apparently this takes longer than my biceps can handle. I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realize how often I've done that lately. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here, my parents, visitors, nurses, doctors at the hospital. Everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's natural for a hospital, not so much for a school. Except this school. This is a small school, and both the student base and the faculty seem to be very tightly knit. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And this is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often. Thoughts and shivers up my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway. That's great. Also, one other thing. My sources tell me that you've been in neither the school track nor even the pool, so I'd like to know if you've taken up exercising as I asked. Of course I haven't, but this way of inquiring gives me the feeling that I shouldn't have been running my butt off on the track since the very first day. Should have been. You have people spying on me? Not as such. I just happen to know a few people, but that's not the issue here, so don't try to slip out of it. Well, I was actually just doing some improvised weightlifting as an exercise. I pick up and lift the can up and down a few times, like some sad imitation of a bodybuilder, even though it's weighing down on my arms painfully. The stupid grin disappears from his face for a second, and comes back like it was never gone. Do I dislike this man? Has he done something wrong? Why does it seem people detest him? I think he's friendly. Is it because it seems obvious that he would become evil? Not his fault. It's not his fault that he looks like the guy before he becomes evil. Tezuka, would you give us a second? Oh no. Don't put me on so early. Wait a little bit longer to show your true self. It looks kind of like alligator-y. The nurse crossing by the shoulders while waiting for Rin's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and drags me aside. When I told you... I'm trying to make it sound scary. When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. I understand that you're still in your first week and all. Please don't ignore the importance of this. I'm really going... I can't do it. Going down this hard on you is the habits. The reason I'm going down this hard on you is the habits are not easy to form. The more you slip and postpone, the harder it will be. Same with everything like dieting. Can you promise me to be a bit more serious about this from now on? I don't think it was intimidating, but I tried. Yeah, I promise, definitely. Studies me for a moment and shrugs, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit. Consultation? See you around. I did my best. I don't think it sounded scary. I'm trying to portray him as with a dual personality. Hi, Winter. We're doing well. He leaves with a wave of his hand, and no answer. I walk to Rin, who has been waiting, idly leaning against the hallway wall and staring at the pale lighting fixtures in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off them. Are you getting medications for your heart thingy? Were you listening? It comes out more accusatory than I intended, accidentally lashing out at her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not her business. The nurse seems to be happily ignorant about confidentiality too, talking about that kind of thing in public. But it's not Rin's fault, is it? I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty, but Rin is just staring past my shoulder quizzically, head tilted like a bird's. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there's some inexplicable luck that prevents me from being more upfront about this. Yeah, they're from my heart. Will they make you better? No, not really. I'm giving her more of a guy's voice. I was trying to make her deadpan, but it's too deep. I don't think... Maybe still not guy, but not what I wanted. They just make me a little less worse. Rin keeps looking at me for a while longer, and she neither says anything further nor displays any kind of emotion I could discern. I'm thankful that she doesn't. I think I'm still not quite used to all this. At the hospital it was easy, but I still haven't sorted my feelings out about having to live a normal life with a disability. We leave the main building and Rin leads us onwards towards the dorm. We stop at the small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come or go. It's probably the only inconvenient design at this school. The entire wall, made of the same kind of bricks as the building itself, has been covered with some sort of painting. Most of it is still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against the grey plastering that covers almost the entire length of the wall, but some places look a bit more finished. Maybe these are the humans she's collected? I tried. I guess it's okay for her to be deeper, because she is a tomboy. We kind of have, 3 distinct groups. We have student council, tomboys, and quiet girls. Yeah. Student council is the only one not defined. Maybe assertive? By personality trait, I was gonna say. I think they do that maybe because you choose a group first, and then you choose someone within that group. So maybe they choose... Maybe if you do that, you'll tend to choose the same group because you'll have a type, and it'll be one of the people from those 2 groups. From that group. Am I making any sense? I'm trying to say that, like how I like Lily and Hanako. Honestly, all of them are nice though. I think I also like Rin though. I think I just don't like the student council as much. But it's not like they did anything wrong. They didn't do anything. No. There are human faces and legs and hands. I can't quite say what the painting as a whole might portray. Stacks of what seem to be paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground beside the wall. See, the left side is hardly off the ground yet. Oh wait. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Then it was suddenly morning. I have to work on it, but the guys from their class are helping with the negative spaces and base surfaces whenever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas if there are a lot of people with hands. The reach is better and it's faster too. She goes on a tangent of a tangent, waving a little with her arm, or whatever of it there actually is, to demonstrate even though I got the point already. The way corner of her sleeve wraps around, it makes me think it could look sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every tangible reminder of this student basis, special properties has in the past few days. Water time. I really like the music from the game. It's calming. I hope it's hard enough for you. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or the fact that she lost me a while ago, and just keeps on blabbering. That's why I'm trying to figure out if there's something I need to figure out, and figure that out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Why would the hope be lost? Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint. It takes time. She finally stops, apparently thinking she made some kind of statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top. It made a lot of sense. So this is your project. You did this? Yes. All of it? Yes. Nice, but I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling like I walk straight into the minefield of political incorrectness. It's okay, you can say it. I probably won't get mad. I blush really hard. I don't really know what would be the right thing to say, if any. Feels that I'm way more sensitive than Min is, though. This is really awkward. Don't you want to ask? How do you paint without hands? See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. I almost guessed that already, but isn't that hard to do? You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is. Maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist. But seeing how adept she was at using her feet to eat, I figured painting might not be a problem either. Neither of us has anything more to add to the subject. This afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that at all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I want to see what it looks like in dim light. Don't you think it's flat? Well, paintings tend to be flat. Not like that flat, you know, flat. Like some people are, no substance, no meat where there should be some. I know a few girls who... Okay, I get it. But I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art. I can't name many artists or artistic terms. So I don't really have anything to say. Min shrugs her shoulders at that, saying, suit yourself. Without saying it, looks up at the sky as if trying to look for something up there. I didn't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it's too dark. I wanted to get a halogen lamp. Like the ones they have at sports track, but there aren't any. Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Why not? I'm not really sure if I can be of any help though. Just mixing some paints, you can do that, probably. Do you have motor control problems like, those people have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe. Not that I know of. I get it, her thingy has nothing to do with that. She gives me a side look for no reason. No, it doesn't. Let's do it then. So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a white brush between her toes of her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents in shallow bowls for mixing. It's good. I say as the music is gone. Oh, maybe we'll come back. It's not coming back. It's okay. The thick paints fall easily from the can to the bowl like syrup. I mix them, creating funny hypnotic looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new monotone hue. Rin sets to work every now and then asking me for a hand or something or the other. Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paints to be the exact tone this girl is apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to last millimeter before she is satisfied, but instructions are obscure at best. Add half a splash of green. I crouch down to pick up the can of bright green. The other green, this green. I carefully pour some of the other green paint into the mixing bowl. No, that's almost a whole splash. More white. Is green a good color to add? No idea, you're the artist here. A hint of a smile appears in the corners of her mouth. Do you lack an opinion? No, it's just I have no idea. It's okay, because I just got an idea. Add more white. With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter. That's not good. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of life in your dream but can't remember it. Maybe it's yellow. I kind of get what she means. Let me try to help mix it. Despite the impossibility of mixing color like the change of seasons or any other nonsense that's being imposed on me, I find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. Seeing a painting being born on the plastered wall feels like magic. I spend the moments I have between mixing paints crouching down the paving and just looking at her work. Paving. It does feel slightly intrusive at first, like faking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. Her entire presence emits a completely different air as she patiently works her details, adding layers of paint on top of other layers of paint, steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. When I manage to produce a passable mixture of paint, the rest smile on her face is oddly rewarding. Apart from the few words when discussing paint mixes, neither of us has a word for the longest time. And even though short discussions soon evolve into shorthand, both of us developing and using weird and impromptu code words for various paints and hues, as if there was some need to conserve words and breath and sound. Pigeon. Already. Developed a new language so quickly. We stay there late into the evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. Cicada sound is nice. I wonder if I should end here. This seems like a good place, but... what do you think? Let me save here at the very least. I kind of wish I could be like Rin. I'm not relaxed enough in public. Really kinda gone now, but my dream is to be calm, not scared in public. I wish I could be a bit more like her. One day. I think that would be nice. Just to be able to go about the world on your own without being scared. One day. Yeah. No fun being nervous forever. No fun. So, what do you think? Should we end here? I think this is a good time. Let me see you. About an hour and a half. Good time for a return stream. It's currently 5:36. Thank you. You too, Winter. It's been a while since I saw you. I hope you're doing well. Oh, wow. Okay, today is I can't see the thing. Okay. It's okay. I'll look at the day afterwards. I can't. I think when the game is open, I can't look at the menu anymore. Stuff like that happens. That's okay. I think it's a good place to end. We'll definitely finish this before I leave. I'll put the dates in now. I finally have a use for the announcement section. Okay. Anything else? If you do watch that show, let me know what you think of it. I don't know if you wanted to watch it, if you were just curious about it, but yeah. I'll put this on so we can save ourselves from the quiet. Actually, it did come back. The music did come back, but yeah. Tell me if you watch it, if you like it at all. I'm not sure if you intended to though. I hope you have a nice night or day, and thank you. Oh, well, it may be the king of K-dramas or dramas in general, but it's kind of silly compared to this one. It's silly, but it's good. I think just not the Korean one. The Japanese one is a classic, and I like the Thai reboot. I think the Korean one is less good, but that's just my opinion. Okay. Well then, yeah. Let's consider a classic one. That's a good choice. Alright. Bye. Have a good night or day. Bye.